So really, what does HVAC do? So yeah, it provides all these wonderful things by way of amenity, but what does it really do? In first instance, it provides ventilation. In the space we're in today, there's no openable windows. For health, for safety, for comfort, we rely upon the air conditioning system ventilating the space, providing outside air, providing clean air. As an interesting aside to that, these systems also have an important role to play in fire mode. So when the building goes into fire mode, you've got a fire in the building, smoke's being generated, the ventilation systems need to be designed to actually remove the smoke and make a safe path of egress for people, so people get out safely because the systems are taking the smoke away. Also, systems need to actually be designed and be maintained to ensure that they operate, that they don't actually encourage the fire. So there's a whole range of implications around HVAC systems from a fire perspective, which we'll talk a bit more about later on. Obviously heating and cooling, and very much also the quality of the air. It's no good drawing air straight in off Swanston Street without some sort of filtration. So we're ventilating the building. We're running air through the building, taking away contaminants, taking the heat out of the building if you like. Heating, please. There's a series of heat loads around the building. So you've got heat generated by people, heat generated by business, plant and equipment, the sun streaming in through the windows, you've got a hot day outside, you've got to get the heat out of the system. And the air conditioning system does that. And filtration, please. I also mentioned filtration. Clearly whatever air comes in and goes out needs to be looked after in that sense. So let's talk about how this technical system provides, in the first instance, ventilation and clean air, how it moves energy around, how it might move smoke in and out of the building. Let's talk about heat loads. Let's talk about the use of air to do all of this. So effectively what you have is you have a room generating heat, needs ventilating, needs clean air, and the HVAC system is the system that does that. It uses air as a medium in terms of moving air in, moving air out. Perhaps just to dip into a little bit more technical than what I will later in the presentation, when you think about that in, say, a domestic sense, you're bringing, let's say, cool air into the room. The room's requirements will change. People will come in, people will go out. The sun will move around, so the heat load in the room will change. You need to be able to modulate what you're doing in the room. And there's two ways that happens, basically. You either vary the amount of air that's coming into the room at the same temperature, or you change the temperature of the air that's coming into the room. And this will become a little bit important a little bit later on. So we start to introduce terms like variable air volume and constant volume. I'm sure a number of you in the room would have heard the term VAV and VAV boxes. Pretty important thing when it comes to maintenance. But anyway, let's just dip up a little bit from that.